Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We're here for episode number 38. My name is Christian Dragonetti, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and Australian PJ professional and severe hay fever sufferer, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Joel, mate, you're struggling.
I am struggling. It's I am a
It's
hay
that
fever
season.
sufferer, and it's just got going.
And-
I think it's as I apologize for the sound of my voice right now and the fact that I might occasionally.
Yeah,
but just
it's out of necessity.
bear with me. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to stay upright.
And if you hear some very laboured and heavy breathing through the microphone,
Yeah. if you hear a pug in the background, it's because it's me going.
apologies to the
I
headphone
apologize in
users.
advance if you hear if you are annoyed by those sort of noises. So I apologize, but I'm trying my best to breathe. So
Absolutely. But it's been a little while, Joel, since we've been in here.
Yeah, well-
Massive shout out to the one and only Marcus Raptopoulos.
yeah, the Raptor.
Coming in absolutely clutch with a
Yeah.
couple of banging episodes the last couple of weeks. We hope you have thoroughly enjoyed those.
Yeah, it was good. We did a part 1, part 2 on the same night, and that sort of set up for
Set up for
the week previous. So,
Correct.
Yeah, it worked out really well, and now it feels like I haven't been in here for a month.
Yeah.
And it's only been 2 weeks.
It's been a week and a half.
It's been a week and a half. Yeah.
So, and the reason for that and the two-parter, obviously we always wanted to do a two-parter with Marcus,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it kind of fell in the right time because you've spent the last week interstate.
yeah. So
Pretty much.
We'll go. Yeah. So we'll go into recent rounds. We'll
Recent
start
rounds.
off with yours because then mine branches off to
Okay, to your
The
adventures.
Queensland, yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So my recent round was on Saturday,
yours.
same as every week, just at Heidelberg. And to say that I slapped it around for 30 points is an understatement. We have some good news. The new bats are here.
Yeah, they are.
We'll talk a bit more about those
We'll go
in a little while.
Yeah.
But didn't make a difference. May as well have used hockey sticks on Saturday because the way I was swinging it, I could have.
When you have a bad day, you have a bad day.
I could have used bungee rope, and I would have had a better result.
We even had a quick hit tonight, and like the good stuff's good, and there's just I think with your previous set there was like a weird habit that crept in because you were trying to put a band-aid on the swing essentially to try and make up for whatever lost ability you
To sum it up,
lost.
the new sticks have only shown in more depth how much I was labouring to make the old sticks work.
Yeah.
It's really disappointing
Yeah,
because I don't want to ever get to that stage again where I'm really having to manufacture golf swings that work for the equipment as opposed to having a set of equipment that works for my golf swing.
the lack of compatibility really showed through with how the new irons perform now, and your swing shows. Like I noticed it tonight. I'm like, okay, you just need a tiny bit tidy up, and then you're back to what you were, or even better. So, but yeah, other than that, new bats, they looked awesome.
They look awesome.
They look
and
so
when,
good.
like you said, when they come off, they feel awesome, and it's just giving me exactly what I was looking for. Like I said, we'll talk about it in a bit more depth in a little while.
It'll be later.
But no, what was it? I've come in here week after week and said in previous episodes and said that I have average rounds that are either made better or worse by my performance off the tee.
Yeah.
This week was one of the worst ones. Didn't really have the reins tightly gripped on driver and 3-wood and 2-iron, and it showed.
Was that like a lack of?
It was. I know exactly what it was. I had a wedding on the night before.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a large one for me. We were home relatively early by wedding standards.
Yeah.
But I was tired.
You still step up and you're a bit cloudy.
Cloudy.
That's all it really is.
I'd had a few beers. It wasn't anything special, but it was just a late night that just took the better of me. A busy week at work.
It doesn't
And I was pretty tired.
Yeah.
And I kind of walked down 5 and I was like, I don't think it's going to be today.
Yeah.
I could just feel it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, let's just go and try and figure it out.
Yeah.
Short game was good. Putting was okay.
Make a score as best you can.
Correct. And I salvaged 30 points. I had 6 points in the last 2 holes for 30 points.
Yeah, okay.
So I birdied
you sort of
hold a snake on 17.
yum.
The pin was illegal right-hand side.
Oh, really?
It was borderline, right?
That's fucked.
And I've just, for the first good swing of the day, hit a nice 9-iron to like, I don't know, would have been 40 feet left.
Ugh.
And one of the guys
You
we
would have
play
had
with
to aim up 15.
almost. And one of the guys we had in our group, I think, put his first ball in the water, second ball or dropped from just behind the water.
Yeah.
So walked off the tee box, dropped it, and then put his second ball really left. He would have had 65 feet, and then boxed that for bogey.
Oh.
And then I boxed a 40-footer for birdie.
Oh.
So it was pretty eventful. So let's get on to you, mate, because as we mentioned, you've been away.
Yeah.
Up in Queensland.
Yeah.
For about a week.
Yeah, I went up. You would have heard Friday's episode, part 2. No, part 1. After part 1, I flew out that
Friday,
that next morning.
Yeah, so the Saturday after the release of part 1, which is
the Saturday after,
a couple Saturdays ago now, but
yes. So the Saturday week ago,
I
flew out. Flew up to the Gold Coast, which was nice. Nice change of weather, which was unbelievable.
Of course, jealous.
For the 6 days I was there, it was anywhere from 27 to 31 for 5 straight days, and dead
Gross.
still. The weather was just unbelievable. And
Jealous.
I'm a bit browner-ish. Got a bit of colour back to me.
Nice.
Which I'm happy with. And then come back and it was 13 degrees when I walked off the plane the other day. So that was a bit of a shock. But I flew up Saturday. Tournament was the Queensland PGA State Champs.
Yep.
Held at Windaroo Lakes. So it's about... So I stayed in Oxenford with my dad's parents. So
Okay,
my
nice.
grandparents was about 25 minutes from the course, which was
Sweet.
perfect. So the that helped with the comm and stuff like that. So I
Yep.
didn't have to worry about that. And the travel time to the golf course was just straight up the M1. So I didn't really have
perfect.
to
And
think.
25 minutes to any golf course is Christmas.
I didn't have to think. So that really helped the week because I could sleep properly. I didn't have to worry about too much. And
No.
the travel to and from wasn't too bad at all. So tournament was from Monday to Thursday. Like I said, at Windaroo Lakes. The course is, each hole is about this wide. The fairway, the playable parts of the fairway were this wide.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously thick rough. So it was really lush, very green. And bit of it's like a mix between like Zoysia and Kikuyu.
Okay.
Turf, so very strong grass, very strong grass, and on the greens in particular, very grainy as well. So they had the course very good, very nice and playable. There were some spots that needed a little bit of work in terms of just patchiness, and it's obviously clay based, so
Yeah.
it has to be strong up there, particularly because it does get hot and a bit tropical and blah blah blah. But other than that, they had the course looking pretty good. It was a little bit of adjustment in terms of short game around the greens,
Okay.
because sometimes you could be in rough that's this thick, but the ball's sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
So it was a really weird adjustment, and you don't get that much spin. Like there's not much. One hop sits there, spins for a second, then comes back. It's a lot of sort of hits firm on the greens,
Skips out.
and it doesn't like hit firm and then kicks on. It just hits and goes bang, and then sort of kills all the spin. It sort of just dies.
Yeah, okay.
So it doesn't really skip up and spin like you see down here. But other than that, it took a sec to adjust, especially through the first round. So overall, the result for the week, I had rounds of 1 over par. So it was par 73. So I had 74 in first round, being 5 over through my first 6 holes.
Yeah.
As well. So, and all that was I really felt it through the first 9 holes. Was I had a terrible sleep the night before. It was hot. Like I felt really hot, and it was hard to adjust to the slightly different climate to down here. It was double the temperature we've been used to for the past 6 months.
Of course.
So I felt hot. I didn't really get that much sleep. It was early, like teed off at 10 to 8. Bit hungry as well, and it's sweating a little bit, and I had to carry my bag as well. Like it was just the first day was a bit of a grind.
Not even a pool trolley.
They were all out because we were a bit more of a later group. Like the first group was at like 20 to 7.
That's a bit shit.
So they ran out of pool carts. There was plenty of them, but they just ran out because everyone's traveling, and it's hard to put an MGI or a click gear in when you've got 3 golf bags in a car. So I understood it. I actually knew that was going to be the case. I'm like, fuck, they're going to run out of pool buggies. I'm going to have to.
Did you have your staff bag?
No.
Good.
No, so I had the Lynx Legend, which was all right. Took everything out of it. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't that heavy, so it was all right. But yeah, started real slow, trying to fucking wake up. You know what I mean? I was really trying to wake up and limit damage, and I turned 4 over par through the first 9 holes and finished 1 over for the day, feeling a bit shitty, but salvaged somewhat a decent round, got the putter going a bit and started working my way around the course, and that back 9 that day sort of set up the rest of the week, even though I had poor starts to every round. So, day 2 I had 5 under. So I had 5 under par, 68. That propelled me up. That was good. I was sitting top 12 sort of thing, and then that put me into the last group.
The weird thing was though, and I'm sorry to interject, but obviously keeping track of all your scores from down here, and it was this tournament was good for me personally because I don't know if you were live scoring or not, but the scores were getting updated pretty regularly.
Yeah, so it was compulsory for people to do live scoring this week.
And I personally, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Because I like to be able to see.
Keep track.
Yeah, because there's been, like for New South Wales state champs, for example, you weren't live scoring. So it was like, okay, he's teeing off at 9 o'clock today. And then I'd be like checking my phone at 2:30 in the afternoon going, he's pretty close to finishing, maybe just based on how long golf rounds take.
Yeah.
Like it could be pretty close. And I don't know. And so I'm like scrolling through trying to find your name, and then he still hasn't entered the score.
So when we arrived there, it actually said on the tournament info, it said live scoring is absolutely compulsory.
There you go.
And the good thing about that, like,
was that just done through my score?
No, it's through the actual PGA of Australia app.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, so you go through that, and what I understood about this, not like during a tournament, the last thing I want to do is be sitting on the tee box and ask one of my playing partners, how'd you go? It's the last thing I want to do. I'm trying to buckle down on my own stuff. You know what I mean? So, but in this case, it was good because they could get the draws out quicker. They could update the scores quicker. You could understand where you were on the leaderboard quicker, and
give you a bit more time to prepare.
After the 4th round, after the last round, after we handed our cards in, all the scores were updated. So they could get presentations going straight away. So in that case, they did really well. It was a really, really well-run event. It was good fun.
But the point I was making, sorry, before I went off on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
Each round, you started over par. You started cold.
The best start I had through 6 holes for the 4 rounds was even.
Yeah.
So, 1 under, which was day 2. So I shot 5 under, I turned 2 under, and had 3 on the back. That was with a double bogey on my 2nd hole.
That's what I mean. So in every round, before you were under par for the round,
I was
were over par
I was
for the
over
round.
at least, yeah.
So cold starts in Gold Coast of all places.
yeah, exactly.
You prick.
Being 30 degrees, and then so I had 5 under. It was technically bogey free the second day.
Yeah.
If you
don't count the double.
Had a double, but the rest of it was smooth sailing. Day 3, I was 2 over through 9 holes.
Okay.
And I nuked one down 10, and for some reason I'm just like, that's when I felt like, I'm like, what are you fucking doing? What are you doing being a bit conservative, trying to hold on to this, final group sort of status? Why don't I just
go for it?
Why don't I just try and catch him?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing, right? So put the foot down and had 4 under on that back 9, and that back 9 at Windaroo is fucking brutal. It is
really
brutal. Like the first 4 holes on the back 9, you can sort of get off to an okay start. 2 par 5s in a row. They're not snacks, but they're still par 5s. And then 13 through to 18, man. Fuck.
Yeah, really.
It is one of the 14 through to 18 is one of the weirdest and toughest stretches of holes. And if you're hitting it a bit wonky, like it will just smash you. There was some massive scores on that back 9 throughout the week. So, and that was my best 9 holes throughout the week.
Yeah, right.
I believe, apart from the first round. Apart from the first 9 holes of the first round. So, shot 4 under on the back 9 to get myself to 2 under, and that put me at 6 under total. And I was sitting 3 back, going into the final round, and that was obviously in the last group. And then I was 2 over through 7 holes in the final round and shot 2 under.
Oh, well done.
So,
yep.
Scavenged it. There was a lot of good in that final round, but I missed, made a good up and down on 10, 2 putt at 11, missed a real short one on 12, missed a very makeable easy 10-footer on 13, and missed a sliding sort of. I missed a very makeable putt on 15. Birdied 16 and 18, but could have always been better. But for an 8 under total, I was 4 back, finished tied for third. So
Yeah, right.
it was overall good week. A lot of ball control.
Yep.
A lot of control over the ball because, like I said, that golf course is
Narrow.
very, very demanding off the tee.
Yep.
If you get off the tee really well, you're flying. Like
Okay.
hitting into greens isn't overly difficult. Sorry, I'm dripping.
That's all right.
But yeah, other than that, it was had the putter rolling very good in some spots and very poorly in others. So it was
Okay.
a bit weird adjusting to the grain. But other than that, so in terms of my most recent round, it was 2 under par,
At Windermere Lakes.
71 at Windermere Lakes.
Yeah, beautiful.
And had a lot of people following us.
Yeah,
There was
interesting.
a lot of locals in carts and some of the previous groups that went through. They sort of came out and watched. So it was had a good gallery for the final 9. So
Yeah, right.
it's a good bit of fun. So it was a good experience.
Very good. Very good.
Good things to come.
Absolutely. Sounds like it. And
Yeah.
we'll get into your next sort of adventure that you're taking sort of towards the end of this episode. But
Yeah.
but circling back,
Yeah.
obviously picked up the new bats
Yeah. New sticks.
on Thursday. Yeah.
I saw them for the first time tonight.
You saw them for the first time tonight.
Yeah.
I picked them up late Thursday night.
Yeah.
Not by design. We won't get into that.
Yeah.
But then I decided that I had obviously an RDO Friday for the wedding, and I thought, well, I'm going to try and get out at some stage to hit them
Yeah. You gotta go at least hit them.
before my round on Saturday.
Quickly before you get into it, like I do want to shout out Link's Legacy for the
Yeah,
process.
and
They looked after you and it was a great fitting process. It was they looked after you. They got him in very quickly within
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks, which is sometimes unheard of for some
It's
places.
lightning.
To get
It's
places
lightning.
in. It's so quick and
And that
yeah,
was
I feel like the whole process was done well. They're obviously a new business, so
Yes.
there's still things to tidy up here and
Correct.
there. But other than that,
and that was going to be the next sort of couple of sentences out of my mouth was that,
Yeah.
Yes, the fitting experience that I had with Liam down at the golf lounge
Yeah.
was excellent, a proper, true Mizuno fitting.
Yeah.
They're obviously Mizuno affiliated now, and
Yep.
I'm sure they're going to try and expand that into other brands
Yep.
in the near future.
Yeah.
But massive shout outs to Toby,
Yeah.
Our mate Toby Walker, who absolutely, without shadow of a doubt, really did look after me in a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
And the poor bastard.
the poor bloke, oh my God, dealing with me, messaging
While
him
he's trying to play tour
while
events.
he's trying to play tour events, and I felt horrible, right, trying to get in touch with him as much as
Yeah.
just to get a couple of updates because I'm impatient. Let's just say
but-
I was very impatient at times because there were certain expectations that I had been assured
Yeah.
that I think were a little bit out of reach for anyone.
Yeah.
And I kind of held
onto it.
held onto it a little
Yeah,
bit and
yeah,
kind of saw it was gospel.
Yeah.
But the overall experience, I look back at it now and I just think,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, like couldn't
no,
like
that's-
really happy with it.
We
all.
had to speak about that on the phone. That you would say, you'd be like, Jolie, when do you reckon they're in? Are they coming? Or they're not?
Yeah,
I'm
I was
like,
just
bro.
kid at Christmas.
Let's
Dad, am I getting a new bike
Am I
this
getting a
year?
new bike? Am I getting a horse? Am I motorbike?
Yeah, motorbike, water gun.
It was it was a bit funny though. Sometimes on the phone, and I'm just like, I wanted to listen to exactly what you wanted to say and how excited you were and blah blah blah, and when you think you'll come in or blah blah blah. I just had to sort of go right. They're on their way, dude.
Shut up.
Toby or Will or Liam or something. They'll let you know when they're in. As
Yeah.
soon as they know, you'll know. Oh, I might message them tomorrow. No. Like,
Shut up,
bro.
mine.
Anyway, so. No, other than that,
Other than
like
that-
you said, it was kid at Christmas, and you were just
way too excited.
rooting for it.
Way too excited. And that only comes from how poor the previous set had become.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then so it comes from how poor the previous set had become, how good the fitting was,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how instant the results were
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
fitting.
yeah.
And then the just genuine excitedness, I suppose, of having new gear in the bag.
Yeah.
But no, picked them up late Thursday night.
Yep.
Took them to Latrobe Golf Park
Young.
and had a hit in the simulators sort of, mid-morning on Friday. And then all I said to myself was, I'm going to go in, I'm going to figure out how far they go,
Yeah.
and that's it,
Yeah.
right? And I maybe hit 7 or 8 balls with each club, maybe less, and I walked out.
That's all you need.
I was like, I'm sweet.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
That's all you need. You sent me a photo.
And it was just
there was like 3 or 4 7-irons in a row that I think 2 of them landed the same distance and everything else was pretty spot on. And then
Pretty
you're like,
spot
or your caption was, there we go.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's
and
it.
I'm looking at the numbers going, yep. Oh, yep.
Yeah, fair
like
enough.
going, yeah, this is pretty good.
And look, we've documented it pretty well in the last couple of weeks since the whole fitting experience was undertaken and stuff. But the one thing I found out that I needed, more than anything else, was a bit more spin.
Yeah.
And spin means that the ball's in the air longer, right? And that means by natural design, you should hit it further. It should travel a bit further.
It should carry further in theory, yeah.
Because I'm not even joking, Joel, and you'd seen it a couple of times. And ladies and gents, I cannot stress this enough. I had, with my previous set, well, now my old set, there were times where I'd zap a flag at 120 meters, pull out a 9-iron, and it'd dome out of the air 10 meters short.
It was a weird one. It was like...
And on a great strike as well.
It was a weird thing. It was, you explained it to me, and you know this by nature. You're not an exaggerator, but you'd put a bit of.
But I can be. I can put some mayo on it.
You just put that tiny bit of mayo on it. So when you were saying to me that you're hitting the 7-iron 125, I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, but. Like when I play with you one of those nights, like probably about the week before you went and got fitted, I'm looking at it, I'm like, fuck, he's right.
Yeah, he's hitting 7-iron 125.
Like you're hitting these shots and I'm like, that looked like you hit a good swing. It looked like you flushed it and then just went, eh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we got to say this again. We said this a couple episodes ago. The equipment, I still don't think there's anything wrong with the equipment. It was just the compatibility was lost.
No.
The compatibility is gone completely.
The
it was
build.
just the shoe didn't fit anymore.
No.
So the build wasn't for you anymore. Your swing had changed in a certain way, whether it was slower, quicker, steeper, fucking longer. No idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, the compatibility wasn't there. And now with these, it's back. So you can see the results straight away. And it was a shame tonight that you hit a couple funky ones, but that's one, new equipment, new feeling, different flight, whatever it may be. And you might have fallen into a tiny hole of trying to put a Band-Aid on your previous swing with the other ones.
So, correct. So, tonight being Monday night, you had booked in a bit of a lesson with Michael, SGM.
We went out and had a session and fluffed around for a little
And
bit.
I tagged along because it's an excuse to get out and have a hit with the boys, right? And obviously with the new sticks, I'm like, oh, even better.
Yeah.
So, you guys went out and played a few holes and I just sort of tagged along, chipped and putted on every green and just sort of let you guys do what you were doing.
Yeah.
Hit 2 balls into every green just to sort of get a feel for it. And then we were coming up 4 and it was going to be our last hole. And I hit a couple of skanky ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, seers. I went and grabbed the bucket of balls, went straight to the driving range. And I'm like, let's just iron this out. Let's figure something out.
Yeah.
And as I was doing that, Chris Boland came out just to check a couple of things. And he just looked at me and goes, do this and do this. I was like, all right, sweet. Yeah. Two changes. And Chris knows my swing better than most. He's obviously coached me for a long time. Before yourself, and just implemented those 2 changes. I'm like, okay, he's onto something. And then he said one phrase that you've said to me in the past, and I was like, oh, it makes all the sense in the world.
It was probably something you were doing previous that you've just sort of lost in the process.
He goes, finish your goal swing.
Ah, that is my sentence.
Yeah. He said, finish your goal swing. And I'm like, fuck, I get it. And then literally and you know what it was? Yeah. The one problem I have with my irons and my wedges as well, the moment I get too quick, that's when everything goes.
Yeah.
So I slowed it down. I finished the goal swing, and I kept saying to myself, just get a bit of lag back into that goal swing.
That just creates length for you. You, it creates length.
Right. Get a bit of lag, just feel it a bit more, feel that club head, the weight, and just kind of fall into the slot again. And then next thing you know, the next 12 were just like fucking frozen ropes.
Yeah, striping.
And I'm like, okay.
There it is.
Now, tomorrow night, being Tuesday, myself, Michael, and Mitch are going to the driving range tomorrow with bringing the girls. We're going to have a feed and a few drinks, just a social night out. Forget them. I'm practicing.
Please don't belt 200 balls.
Nah, I won't. Me and the missus will split a bucket of 90 balls and
perfect.
I'll just try and
hit 50
iron
or 60
out,
or something.
Pardon the pun. I'll try and iron out the bad feelings.
I get it. Fucker thinks he's funny.
Absolutely. But no, look, I cannot be happier at this stage. I haven't performed with them just yet.
Nah, but
that's me. It's not the sticks. But I'm giddy.
like I said, the your previous shoes didn't fit anymore. You've just got what? You've just got new shoes, and the soles need to be worn in. That's
so
all.
you know how like
This
when
fucking bloke,
you know how when you buy something, no matter how shit it is or how much or how little your friends think of it, you think it's the duck's nuts.
Yeah.
Like if you go and buy a lemon like of a car and you're like, boys, suss this out, right? Look how good it is. And they're like, oh, no. I literally said it to you. I'm like, suss this 4-iron. Look how much wider it is than the old one. And you've picked it up and gone, no.
He goes.
I literally said the phrase, hey, look at the meat on this 4-iron.
He goes. He hands me a 4-iron, a Mizuno.
923.
A 923 2-iron, right? So these are
butter knives.
These are pretty thin. Like they're as close as you're gonna get to a blade without being a blade, right? They have the tiniest bit of help at the back, but that's about fucking it. They profile nice and thin. They look great, right? And he goes, check out the ass on this thing, right? He shows me the 4-iron. I'm looking at it, and it's about as thin as my phone, right? I'm looking at it, going, what are you talking about? He goes, and he's looking me dead in the eye, going,
what do you reckon?
Look at the thickness of it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Looks the exact same as your other one. Nah. And I'm like, bro.
I'm not even joking when I say this though. I did put them side by side, and I don't know if it's the fact that like the new ones are brand new and clean, and my old ones are dirty as shit. But like the newer one does look like it's a fraction wider in the sole, and I'm just like, that just screams forgiveness for me. I can't miss a fairway now. Like I'm not going to hit a bad shot ever.
He's always going to hit it to 12 feet. Like that's how it's going to work. But no, I looked at it going, what are you on about?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way this is thinner. Or thicker. There's no way. Anyway.
And while just to wrap it up, while we're on the topic of new clubs, Marcus has booked me in for a wedge fitting.
Beautiful.
On the 16th of November.
Beautiful.
Very excited for that. And I did text him today about a potential demoing of a Ping eye crossover iron.
When I tell you that is the to credit Ping. So at Rosanna we have them in the shop as well. We don't have the crossovers. We have like limited stuff of Ping. We have their drivers and irons and a big range of irons for the Ping, and some putters as well. Yeah, wedges and of course. But the driving iron, apart from the one I have, because I'm obviously biased towards it being Titleist. But apart from that stick, the Ping crossover is one of the most impressive long irons I've ever hit. Yeah. Like when they had the demo day at Ping, they have a couple a year, I think, one at the start, sort of one towards the end. And when they have new releases, we get them out and we have a big fitting day, blah, blah, blah. And I saw these things and they're black, right? They look amazing.
They look sick.
They profile great. And one of the boys, Matt Stone, his name is, he's with Ping. He comes out and fits everyone. And I come and look at them. I'm like, what are they? And I thought they were, like, from a distance, they kind of look like hybrids with head covers on them, but it was really small. So I'm like, what are they? And he takes one out. He goes, he just slapped this, right? Because they didn't have a fitting. Anyway, and I've just fucking laced them, right? I'll look back at him and I'm like, what is that? And he goes, he's like all excited because and I'm just like, amazing. What the fuck?
Everything I've heard and read is just,
you can't miss hit it, man.
No.
It's just, it was so stable and sounded amazing and flew well and you could do whatever you wanted with it. And I got really excited and they're really impressive.
The reason why and Marcus was basically saying, look, say the word and I'll book you in for a fitting. like don't stress.
Yeah.
And the reason why I brought it up to him was I'd seen a video on YouTube done by, and look, as reliable as they are or unreliable, you tell me, My Golf Spy.
Okay.
And sorry?
Never heard of it.
Bullshit.
My Golf Spy?
Yeah.
Never heard of it. Is it on YouTube, is it?
No, there's like it's like a magazine. Anyway, don't worry about it. If you know, you know. And one of the main editors there was basically doing an interview saying that, you know, how Ping had smashed it in the hybrids and they've smashed all the competition by 2 or 3 standard deviations in pretty much every aspect of the bag. Yeah. And the comment that the interviewer had made, he goes, because the guy who they were interviewing, the editor, said, if I was to recommend a manufacturer to anyone throughout the bag, I'd tell you to go get a whole set of Pings.
Yeah, Pings are awesome.
And the guy who was interviewing him says, this is coming from a bloke who has told you for years, don't just go the one manufacturer throughout the bag.
Yeah. So
Do you know what I mean?
they've sort of hit home,
Hit
a
the
home
sweet
run
spot.
with everything.
And they have, like, you know,
Dude, I've said it from the start. I've said it for the last couple of years. Raptor says as well. If I didn't use Titleist, I'd use Ping.
Yeah.
I'd use Ping stuff.
Yeah.
Like because it's so impressive and
they're just
we do have them in the shop, and I do hit them more often than I would like a Callaway or a TaylorMade or
whatever.
fucking Mizuno for that Matt. But yeah, for the stuff that I've seen, especially that crossover, man, they're so cool.
Yeah.
they're so cool.
I think that might be a 30th birthday present.
Yeah, go slap one.
Yeah.
You 30.
Next year I will
You're
be.
so old.
So yeah, with a new set of irons, a potential new set of wedges, and a $420 two iron.
Meow.
Yeah, so
There's nothing left.
we're broke.
Well, yeah, but yeah, well,
We're broke.
nah. After that, there's nothing you need to do because I wouldn't change a thing.
I honestly don't think. And to be honest, my P792 iron still does the job.
Yeah, I personally don't like it.
With
Your miss hit's too severe.
Okay.
You stripe it
Yeah.
more often than not.
Yeah.
The
Something
pink
to think about.
crossover will just give you that bit more.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Absolutely.
Now,
You wanted to, what were you asking me about earlier? The Sydney trip?
yes. So you're again jetting off in a couple of days.
I leave Wednesday.
Wednesday. So in literally 2 days' time, you're jetting off.
Actually, when everyone's listening to this,
You'll
if
be
it's
in
Friday,
Sydney.
like whether it's Friday morning or Friday afternoon. If you're listening to this Friday afternoon, I'm on a plane coming back.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah,
So you're going to
hear-
Sydney with a couple of the boys from Rosanna,
Yeah, Raptor and Dave McCulley, his name is. He's a member at Rosanna.
a loyal listener.
Loyal listener, very loyal listener. Gives us plenty of suggestions and feedback and stuff like that. And I've played a lot of golf with David.
We played with him a couple of weeks ago at Rosanna.
We did.
man.
Played a lot
Very
of golf
good man.
with David, and yeah, he has
He's an expat,
ex-
former Heidelberg.
Yes, he was. His first home was Heidelberg, and then he actually lives closer to Rosanna. He literally lives on the
Yeah, I
other side
know.
of the paddock. So, yeah, he's now come to the dark side. So,
But you're heading up to Sydney. You're going to play.
we're gonna play. So we're heading out Friday,
Wednesday.
fucking Wednesday morning, real early Wednesday morning, playing Pimble.
Okay.
It's called Pimble Golf Club at like 1 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, cool.
Then the next day we'll play the Australian.
Ooh.
And then Bonnie Doon Golf Club on Friday.
Oh,
and
cool.
Bonnie Doon's sick.
Yeah.
Like I've been to Bonnie Doon before. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, right.
And I've never been to the Australian though.
Okay.
And from what I've seen, heard, and been, and
Well, I mean, it's hosted Australian Opens.
fuck, man, I am next level excited for the Aussie.
Oh.
Like, and Raptor goes, we're playing from the tips.
Oh, fuck
right.
yeah.
And it's long.
Yeah.
Like 420, 440 meter par fours and 600 meter par fives and 220 meter par threes. And I'm like, oh boy. So it's going to put the game to the test.
Who cares?
But I mean, if I want to be at that level, I'm going to have to be exposed to it somehow. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm very, very excited for it. And there's been people that ask me, oh, is that for a tournament? And no, it's not. It's just something to do. So
It's just a boys' trip.
I got invited by David's been mentioning it for a long time now, and Raptor went up this time last year.
Yeah, cool.
And said, Joel, you got to come. Like next time we go, you got to come. And it wasn't even organised until about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, he was. So the day we played at Rosanna
Yeah.
with Dave,
Yeah, that's when he mentioned it.
he literally said, "I'm booking flights this afternoon," and that was 3 weeks ago.
That was the week before Queensland. So yeah, he goes, are you in or not? I said, yeah, fuck it, absolutely.
Yeah,
Right, so he booked it all. He's booked the accom and the flights, and then we'll obviously cover all the in between or whatever it might be. And yeah, and I get to give the golf clubs a call tomorrow. So all three of them, sort of give our PGA courtesy calls and whatnot, and do the right thing by them. So yeah, it's just a little trip
so is
away
that
with the
actually a
lads.
thing that you guys have to do, like just to?
It's not written anywhere, but it's
Just
out
a-
of respect.
Bit of etiquette.
So a bit of etiquette. You as a PGA member, you call them up, going, and all I really say is because some places have PGA rates, so they might have a PGA green fee. Some places just honour it and say, no, go for it. You're a PGA member.
Yep.
And you obviously don't take advantage of that.
No.
It's just wrong to, and you're not allowed to for one. So something I do that all PGA members, I believe, do as well, absolutely should, is just call the pro shop, ask for the head professional or general manager of sorts, and just say, hey, mate, I've been booked in or I am booking in for this day at this time, just giving you a courtesy call. Do you need me to do anything when I arrive? I'll come in, say hello. What's required of me? What are the fees? Blah, blah, blah. See you then.
Yeah,
sort of
cool.
thing. So it's just, and every time, like I've been in the pro shop when I've received this call, they ask for Luke. I say, I might, if Luke's there, beautiful, I hand him over to Luke. Or if I say Luke's not in at the moment, can I pass a message on? Yeah, it's so-and-so. I'm a PGA member. Let us know what I need to do. You know, I'm booking in and this, that. And we're like everywhere really appreciates it. Whenever I've given another club a call going, oh, this is Curtis' call. I'm just letting you know I'm playing this day at this time with so-and-so. What's required of me. And they always get a bit of kick out of it because it's just a respect thing. So
okay, nice.
so I'll be
I like
giving.
that.
I'll be
I
giving,
really like that.
It's really good. Yeah, it's really good, and everyone and all the PGA members appreciate it. It's sort of like an unwritten rule. So
Nice.
we all So I'll do that tomorrow. And yeah, it just leaves everyone with a nice taste in their mouth because when I show up and arrive there,
They can
I'll
put a
say,
face to
they
the
can
phone
sort of
call.
go, oh, you gave us a call the other day. Yeah, how are you? Blah blah blah, and we have a chit chat for a couple minutes,
And it kind of opens up a bit of a stream of a relationship in that sense, so that like if you do go
Correct.
back, they go, oh yeah, I remember you.
Correct.
No dramas.
Or if there might be an event or we need
A
to
pro-am,
travel
yeah.
or something like that, and then you know who to speak to. You know who they are
Yeah.
from this golf club, or so you just create contacts through there. It's all a big one. All the PGA members it's all big family sort of thing.
Yeah,
you all
cool.
You all
I
try
like
and know
it.
each other and contact each other and help each other out. So
I like it.
It's that sort of thing. So I'm beyond excited because I just got back from Queensland, so I thought, I'll just breathe for a second. I can breathe for a couple of weeks before my next sort of event, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I'm flying out Wednesday, and it's Monday.
Yeah.
So I'm
and
like,
you're half dying.
I'm dead, so I'm gonna go eat Telfasts.
Yeah.
And when I get home and drink the sinus spray when I get home. So
Jesus.
anyway, so hopefully it behaves itself up.
You'll
there.
be right.
Yeah.
Just harden up.
Yeah, just harden up.
Right.
What are we looking at?
Let's get into questions from the second cut.
Righto, no worries.
Because we're pushing that sort of 40-minute mark. I reckon it's a good time to do it.
Beautiful.
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Would you rather?
Oh, I love the would you rather.
Would you rather play a round of golf with only driver and 3-wood or only lob, wedge and putter?
Oh, fuck.
So it's either the top end of the bag or the bottom end of the
bottom
bag.
end of the bag.
2 clubs. That's all you can take.
All right, give me like 20 seconds.
I thought of this question today on the drive home. I don't have an answer for it myself because
There's advantages and disadvantages to both. Driver 3-wood, you can get up there as far as you can, and
but then
sort
like
of
on a
struggle
par
from there.
5, if you go lob, wedge, putter, are you teeing up your putter?
No,
just-
because if you neck it, the neck goes whoop, and you fuck your putter. Or do you try and knife a lob
Lobby.
wedge, but fuck the ball?
Oh, I said lobby. Ugh, yuck. Sorry, Daniel.
Lobby. Remy.
Sorry,
come on.
Daniel.
Come on, sort him out. I
feel gross.
I'd probably have to go driver 3-wood.
And get out of a greenside bunker.
Yeah, just persevere somehow.
Just cop your 12.
Just cop me 15.
Try and drive the green.
I'll just do everything in my power to, because like for example, say I'm playing Rosanna, I'll hit
going
3-wood
through
over the
Heidelberg.
trees, and I can then bun it up onto the green. I can make par. I can make par on 2. 3 might be a bit of a bum steer. 4 I can make par on. It'll be hard.
It'll be very
either
hard.
way. Will be hard. But
What do you reckon you'd shoot at Rosanna? Let's say you're breaking 90.
driver 3-wood, yeah, I'd break 90.
You're breaking 80.
No.
So
I
what?
won't.
85.
Unless
85,
I
86?
pull something out of my ass.
Yeah.
I can't break 80. I don't think I
85,
can break
86.
Yeah, something like that. I reckon mid to high sort of 80s.
I reckon if I could break 100 with driver or 3-wood or either lob, wedge or putter,
because the thing is, it'll be
I'd probably go drive lob, wedge, putter. To be honest,
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just because I'm thinking you're going to get into the most trouble around the greens with driver 3-wood.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind trying to knife a lob wedge into off the tee for a par 4.
Yeah, but for a par 4, say you've got 300 on average, you've got a 350 meter par 4. You're hitting 3.
Thinned.
You're hitting 3 lob wedges as hard as you can,
Yeah.
and then you're still going to make up and down somehow.
Yeah, but again, I just keep putting myself into the bunker on the left hand side on one at Heidelberg, and just going, how the fuck do I get out of that? Or the bunkers left in 16 that are
No, but the thing is, with
Steep.
the driver 3-wood, you're going to be hitting into a green, you're going to be a bit more conservative. So you sort of open up that range. You get into the green for 2 rather than 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, okay, that's not a bad idea. But then also, like, if you get stuck into a bunker, you might be having 2 or 3 in there.
Yeah, you just sort of got to work your way around that. But yeah, putting yourself in a position where you just can't, you know what I mean? Like,
okay. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
I'd love to try both. To see
Longest day.
To see what I'd shoot. Oh, yeah.
Maybe for a hole on the longest day.
In the next week or so, you're going to be definitely getting an update on where we're at with that as well. It's,
Absolutely.
It's trekking along very nicely.
Yep.
The accounts will be coming up very soon.
And we'll be sharing those like you won't believe. You'll get sick of us.
You'll actually... The only way to get rid of it is to donate, yeah? So, fucking... right. Just fucking... So yeah, no, that's coming up soon. We've got a few people that are interested, so
sweet.
Should be a very good day. Now, my question.
Your question from the second cut.
Question.
Hit us up.
To sum up, I've gone driver 3 wood, by the way.
Okay, sweet.
Is there I don't know if we've done some sort of question that relates to this or a direct question like this before.
Okay.
We've done something similar. I know we have, but whether it's this one directly, I don't know. Is there an item of golf equipment that lots of players rely on, but you find totally pointless, or don't use or could live without? So let's just go for the first one. Is there something that a lot of players use that you just think, nah, completely useless?
No.
Not really?
I don't think there is. I mean, I'm trying to think about all the stuff that people do use.
Like, for example, directly.
Yeah. It's not like, so are we talking like practice equipment? Or like something that lives in the bag that you use every round.
Sort of like if you were to step up on the tee on a Saturday and you notice someone's using a particular
Iron head covers.
Oh, really?
Just bin them. In the bin.
Oh, bin, yeah.
In the bin. Iron head covers.
Flubbed.
One of the boys that I play with on Saturdays, his name's Miron. He has a set of P790s that he's very proud of, and he's got iron head covers for them.
Yeah.
And look, if you want to get them, I don't have anything against it.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Yeah,
and he actually said to me, because I showed him the new sticks on Saturday, and he goes, "Oh, you got to get iron head covers for him." And I'm like, "No." I said, with all due respect, no. I cannot do it. I will not ever. No.
Iron head covers is your thing.
If we're talking like in the round,
yeah.
But the other thing that I can't wrap my head around, if we're talking like just general like training and practice equipment,
just golf equipment of sorts. Yeah,
yeah, like it's a training aid, putting mirrors.
You can't wrap your head around a putting mirror. Oh,
I get distracted. I just keep looking at myself.
You're like, hey. All right. I'll expand on the question. What could you live without that you have in your bag at the moment, or with you?
What could I live without?
What could you live without that you use every round? But what's the one thing that you could live without?
In terms of like a club or something?
No.
I could probably live without my rangefinder if I was given yardage books.
Okay.
I'd love to learn how to properly use yardage books.
Oh, it's pretty simple. Once you know what you're looking at.
There's
some that are a complete head fuck.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. And I'd like, if I had one yardage book, I reckon after about 14 or 15 weeks, that would just have bunches of scribbles and stuff that I'd added to it.
Yeah.
Because 1 week I'll be over here, the next week I'll be over there, and it'd just be like, all right, so,
dot points.
Sweet. It'd be like, sweet, on one.
Like a fucking maze.
I've got the markings out for like 115, 120, and then 45 over the back.
Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's 45 from long left up against the fence. Right. I know that now.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'd probably sacrifice my rangefinder.
You could live without your rangefinder.
Probably.
Yeah. Because like,
I love my rangefinder.
If you resort back to something else, like you'd feel like a must need to use a glove.
Yes.
A must need to use a tee.
Yes.
Must need to use a ball marker of sorts.
I could probably live without a ball marker.
I could live without a ball marker. I'd use a tee.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Probably ball. I might change my mind. I'd rather go without a ball marker than a rangefinder.
See,
I think I rely a little bit too heavily on my rangefinder.
Based on superstition, I could never live without a ball marker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a really weird one. Like, if I'm playing at Rosanna, I'm using a Rosanna ball marker.
Yeah,
if I
we've
play
had
at
this discussion
Heritage,
before.
I use a Heritage ball marker. If I play external from any of them, it depends what I'm. If I'm going to like Sydney, I'll use a random ball marker. I won't use a Heritage or Rosanna one.
Yeah, right.
However, if I'm playing a tournament, I use a Rosanna one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I mean, you're kind of representing Rosanna.
Exactly. That's
So-
sort of the idea. Fucking that one.
There you go.
But yeah, other than that, yeah,
That's interesting.
totally pointless. I don't know. I haven't taken.
Yeah, I reckon I rely a little bit too heavily on my rangefinder. I kind
It's
of
a part of the routine as well.
Yeah, so much of it, yeah.
I love using yardage books as well. Like I love it. I used one thing that I think impressed Raptor a little bit when he caddied for me at Q School that final round was
how good you were with it.
yeah, like I was able to use me numbers and sort of dial into the shot a bit better, and you know the number was always either dead spot on or a meter out.
Yeah, you were saying that in the recap.
It was
as
usually
well.
pretty spot on. So
There you go.
yeah. Anyway,
Very good. I think that's a pretty good spot to leave it, Jolly.
wrap it there. That was a
Let's
cruisy
wrap it
one.
up.
That was a good one.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to this week's episode of the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. Be sure to give us a follow on Spotify. Subscribe, please, on YouTube. We cannot stress enough how much it helps us by subscribing.
Absolutely.
Hit the button. It's free to do. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button. It does a massive.
do you realize how much effort it is to subscribe?
Zero.
Do you know what you have to do? You don't have to do.
Simple. Easy. Yeah, I know. It was hard work, wasn't it? Very good.
Jesus.
While you're at it, ladies and gents, be sure to head over to our TikTok and our Instagram and follow us on both of those. Hit them very, very well. More longest day updates coming very, very soon. But yeah, hit them well. See you next week. Cheers.